Hey guys, I'm Coach Mark, this is Coach Amy. We're with Lil Beasts and welcome to our first BrainWOD. We're working with the Ignite Gym program. You can find out more about the Ignite Gym program at ignitegym.com. And the BrainWOD is basically, we work with little guys and we're constantly working inside the gym, working on their fitness, working on their movement. The BrainWOD, or cognitive WOD, is to help them outside of the gym. It's really to help them learn how their brain works. It primes their brain for learning. So you can use this inside a classroom, inside your group, inside your CrossFit class, or you could actually use it with some individuals who have some learning difficulties as well. So we're going to try to do this as often as possible, but let's go over our first BrainWOD, which is going to feature working memory. Now, working memory is the ability to see something, do something else, come back to it, and retain that information. Our BrainWOD is going to be called Crazy Cards, right?
Yes. So guys, if you'd like, come a little bit closer and we will take a look at Crazy Cards. What you're going to need for this game is some sort of a barrier, as well as some cones that you could set up for a suicide run. So before your first barrier, you're going to set up 4 Lil Beasts trading cards in any particular order. Today we've got Pistol, Burpee, Bro, and then AMRAP and Imam. Now at the other end of the line, if you go behind that last barrier, your setup's going to look something like this. So here we threw in 2 additional cards. So the way that this game works is it's a study and recall game. So at the beginning, kids, on the call of 3, 2, 1, study, get to run over to their cards and they have 5 seconds to study. Then they'll do a little interference activity in between, and once they make it to the other cards at the end, see if they can recall the cards again in the same order. So our interference activity today is a little suicide run, but you could definitely make that harder or easier. You could throw in some hurdles, throw in some box jumps or wall balls. So, and then once you get back to the end, we'll see if they were able to recall. So, Mark, do you want to try to run through this really fast?
Sure.
All right.
All right, here we go.
So look, I'm going to change the cards up a little bit. All right, and 3, 2, 1, study. Alright, Mark, did you happen to get the cards in this correct order?
I did.
Awesome. So when you guys are running through this game with your kids' class, you're always going to want to let the kids come back and do an evaluation on their own. And if they didn't get it right, that's okay. We'll just give it another shot. And just like a typical WOD, the BrainWOD can be scaled up or down, either by changing the interference activity or making the cards a little bit more difficult. So we could add more cards for them to memorize, or we could change them from Lil Beast cards to something else. Lil Beast cards are going to be the easiest version of this game because they have characters, and those characters give the kids a little bit of context, something to remember, personalities, colors. If we want to make this harder, we can just change them to colored cards, shapes, numbers, letters, anything of that sort that really challenges them to remember things. So, Mark, what did you use to kind of help you remember your cards at the beginning?
Well, I've done this before, so my way of memorizing them was trying to put them in a story. So I made a little story with the characters, and like Amy was saying, that's what makes it a little bit easier when you're trying to recall something, and that's maybe something you can tell the kids too. If they come back, they didn't get it, give them a hint. You know, maybe next time take a story into it, or take the numbers. If you're doing numbers, group them together, and that's in a way easier way to remember it. And you can run this exercise with this BrainWOD in groups as well. I mean, you can have multiple stations. We've done it before where you send one kid off and he finishes. As soon as that kid starts, the kid behind him goes. But when that kid tries to rearrange the cards in the correct order, the coach is there to make sure it's correct, and then they just rearrange them back, so by the time the next kid gets there, he has a chance too. So you can run it with a lot of people as well. And BrainWODs or the cognitive WODs are definitely just like any kind of, it's a skill, just like anything we do in the gym. It's skill work, so you can definitely practice. It can become better. Working memory can become better the more you practice it. So we definitely advise you do it often and teach your kids how their brain works. So again, you can use this in a classroom setting, you can use this in a gym setting, you can use this individually or maybe before somebody does their homework. Might be a great idea. But that's Crazy Cards. So glad to have you guys with us on our first Brain WOD, and that's it. We'll see you again.